What's up, everybody? Today I am going to be reacting to parallel entities for the first time. I forgot how to spell parallel. Oh my god. I forgot. Parallel parking, no. I'm about to get scared today. Alright, so we're not gonna watch the actual analog horror. We're gonna watch the parallel entities, the second one.
The Parallel is an analog horror web series created by LC, set in a mirror universe that
His name's Else. That's a weird name. That's a very
closely
weird
resembles our own world. The series presents a terrifying reality where humanity exists under the constant threat of grotesque, predatory entities. While history, geography, and civilization develop much like it did on Earth, this world is dominated by. The series presents a terrifying reality where humanity exists under the constant threat of grotesque, predatory entities. While history, geography, and civilization.
I just don't want to know what this thing is. Whatever this thing is, I can't. I can't tell. Crap. Whatever that thing was, I
LC. Set in a mirror universe that closely resembles our own world. The series presents it on Earth. This world is dominated by creatures that relentlessly hunt, torment,
Anguirish. What's up, my boy?
and slaughter anyone unfortunate enough to cross their path, including other entities. Survival isn't simply difficult, it's a daily thing on Earth. This world is dominated by creatures that relentlessly hunt, torment, and slaughter anyone unfortunate enough to cross their path, including other entities.
Tormentor holding the corpse of a stalker presumably killed. Oh. Well, I don't want to know.
Survival isn't simply difficult, it's a daily struggle against forces that seem to exist solely to terrorize mankind. In this video, we'll be taking a closer look at some of the deadliest entities from the Parallel, exploring how they hunt, what makes them so dangerous, and whether surviving an encounter with them is even possible.
I can say it. I'm stop acting. Subject, go on. Stalkers. I think I've seen this.
The Stalkers are the most common dangerous entities found throughout the Parallel universe. As their name suggests, they don't always attack immediately. Instead, they patiently observe a chosen victim from anywhere from a few hours to several days, learning their routines and waiting until they are completely isolated before striking. Once the opportunity presents itself, a stalker will ambush its target with overwhelming speed, kill them if necessary, and feed on their body. There are two known variants of the stalker, the bipedal stalker and the quadrupedal stalker. Bipedal stalkers appear to be encountered more frequently and stand between 7 and 8 feet tall. They possess unnaturally long limbs, a beige human-like face, contrasting against a completely black body, elongated fingers, and a permanent smile that gives them an unmistakably unsettling appearance. Quadrupedal stalkers share many of these same features, but have much longer forelimbs that allow them to move on all fours. They also possess larger eyes, lack a nose, and have an unnaturally wide mouth lined with fewer teeth. While both variants are extremely dangerous, quadrupedal stalkers are considerably faster, stronger, and more agile than their bipedal counterparts. The most disturbing aspect of these creatures is their preferred prey. Bipedal stalkers primarily hunt children and infants, choosing them because they are easier to overpower. Adults are generally targeted only when food becomes scarce. Quadrupedal stalkers, however, are far more willing to attack adults thanks to their superior strength and mobility. Even more horrifying is the way they feed. If a victim is already helpless,
Alright, so a bipedal stalker attacks kids? I am a 10-year-old kid, by the way. I am a 10-year-old kid, and I am hearing that in this universe, a parallel monster attacks kids. If I was in that universe, then I'm moving to. I'm going with the aliens. I don't care. I'm booking a flight somehow to the aliens or something.
the stalker often skips killing them altogether and begins consuming them
I'm not
alive.
dying.
Numerous documented incidences describe parents awakening to the sounds of breaking glass and their children's screams, only to discover blood-stained rooms and no sign of the victim. Escaping a stalker is almost impossible. Bipedal stalkers are capable of reaching speeds of approximately 70 miles per hour, while quadrupedal stalkers can sprint up to 80 miles per hour. Attempting to frighten one away is basically impossible, as they do not view humans as a threat. Survival guidance within the series suggests that firearms are the only
What about the military? Can they beat the military? I don't know. They should be able to shrug off.
Gunfire can stun a stalker long enough to create an opening
Or
to
an
escape,
explosion, but
and
if they
sufficient
launch a
firepower is
nuclear
capable of
bomb,
killing
I
one
think
outright. Despite being considered humanity's greatest day-to-day threat and being responsible for a massive increase in disappearances across the world, stalkers occupy a surprisingly low position within the hierarchy of entities. They are frequently hunted, tortured, and killed by far more powerful tormentors. And both species display an extreme fear of the mysterious entities of influence, avoiding them whenever possible. Once a stalker has chosen you as its prey, survival becomes incredibly unlikely. Their patience, overwhelming speed, and preference for attacking isolated victims leaves very few opportunities to escape. Unless you're armed with a sufficiently powerful firearm,
I
you
actually
react to
made a video if I could survive these videos. Survive these parallel entities. Here's the thumbnail. If you can't see, I'm editing this video right now. I'm literally in my room alone right now. By the way, no, I'm not home alone. I'm just looking at my doorway, and I'm just thinking in my mind that there's a damn bipedal stalker right there, bro. I'm good.
immediately. Most encounters end in death.
Okay, nice. Please do not get into Despair Cooler. I know who he is. He's something. Oh wait, I've actually watched this guy before. Yeah, Mr. Unnerving. I've watched them about life of... Don't need to give me that heartbeat, but okay. Subject 02. I'm leaving. No, I'm done. Bro, why do you have to bring up him? I said not to. I know this guy. This guy's a menace. This guy's a menace to society.
Despair colors are some of the rarest entities encountered in the parallel.
Good.
Unlike some creatures within the series, they do not hunt indiscriminately. Instead, they specifically target individuals suffering from depression, self-harming thoughts, or other forms of severe mental distress. Their name reflects their singular purpose, to cull humanity of those they believe have fallen into despair. These entities operate under a deeply disturbing belief system. They view the natural world as flawless and beautiful, and they see anyone who cannot appreciate life because of depression or other mental struggles as ungrateful. To a Despair color, emotional suffering is not something to be understood or helped. It is something that deserves punishment. As a result, they relentlessly hunt those they perceive as mentally unwell, believing they are purging humanity of individuals who fail to appreciate the gift of life. The first documented encounter came from recovered footage showing one of these entities silently standing over a sleeping victim. Moments later, the recording cuts to the victim's brutally mangled remains before the entity addresses the viewer directly, delivering a chilling message about cherishing life while threatening that it could end at any moment. Unlike some of the other entities, Despair colors appear to intentionally communicate with viewers, making their motives disturbingly clear before or after carrying out a kill. Visually, Despair colors are pitch-black humanoid entities with bodies composed of vein-like strands. Their heads feature two horn-like protrusions and a distinctive eyes, one resembling a normal human eye, while the other
was that the aliens right there?
Humanoid entities with bodies composed of vein-like strands. Their heads feature two horn-like protrusions and a distinctive
What is that?
eyes, one resembling a normal human eye, while the other takes on the shape of a crescent moon. Standing roughly the same height as a stalker, they possess an intimidating presence despite their relative rarity. Interestingly, they completely ignore individuals who are mentally healthy and show no hostility towards people who genuinely appreciate life. One of the most...
Well, that's nice. Now I want to meet a Despair Cooler now. Now I want to, thank you. But in real life, if you're depressed, you better watch out, buddy boy. You gotta watch out. These things are coming for you.
Unusual aspects of the Despair colors is their place within the entity hierarchy. While most creatures instinctively avoid the mysterious entities of influence, Despair colors are the only known entities that show no fear of them whatsoever. They are also confirmed to be immune to effects of anguish, making them uniquely resistant compared to many other entities in the parallel. For the average person,
Anguish. Well, I don't know.
encountering a Despair color is unlikely,
Anguish
as they
is it?
exclusively target individuals suffering from depression or severe mental distress.
Scary.
However, if you meet the criteria and one begins hunting you, your chances of survival drop dramatically. There are currently no known methods of deterring or escaping one once you become its chosen target.
Oh, then you're done, right? You're done. Are you damn serious? You did. No, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut
Chief,
up.
is it true? You took the 1 million challenge to rebuild this trashy station in 7 days?
You bet. That million is as good as mine.
What is that, bro? Please. You gotta be good, bro. Insane? Okay. Damn. Alright, so you might be cooked. You might be cooked here. Alright, subject. Anguish. Anguish? Oh, entity of influence. Yeah, I actually forgot the name of this one. He just looks weird.
Entities of influence are probably the rarest and most mysterious beings in the parallel. Unlike nearly every other entity in the series, they do not directly attack or kill humans. Instead, they exist as parasitic organisms that feed on the pain, fear, and suffering inflicted by other entities, effectively turning humanity's misery into their source of nourishment. Whenever an entity of influence is
So
nearby,
basically, if I'm afraid of a chocolate bar, yeah, I'm definitely overthinking. Nope. If I'm afraid of a chocolate bar, will they just eat the chocolate bar? Is that what you're saying? Because they feed on fear, and my fear is a chocolate bar. So why can't they feed on the chocolate
everything
bar?
around it becomes significantly more
It just
dangerous.
swallows
Any
it.
entity within approximately a 5-kilometer radius becomes noticeably more active, aggressive, and unpredictable. This surge in hostility results in greater chaos, more attacks, and a dramatic increase in human casualties, allowing the entity of influence
His
to feed from
eyes
suffering
just
created by
are
others
weird,
without
bro.
ever needing to kill anyone itself. Very little is known about these creatures. They have reportedly been encountered only 4 times, with only 2 of those sightings being visually documented. Despite their rarity, every documented encounter has reinforced the idea that they occupy a unique position within the entity hierarchy. Unlike other creatures, entities of influence appear to be completely immune to attacks from other entities. Even more surprisingly, both stalkers and tormentors display an extreme fear of them, deliberately keeping their distance whenever one enters the area. Despair colors,
Oh my
however,
God.
appear completely unaffected by their presence, as previously mentioned. Physically, entities of influence are towering skeletal humanoids with long, unnaturally thin
Bro,
limbs, empty eye
honestly,
sockets.
Did they even document the tormentors? Did they? No, I don't. Did they? Did they? The sprinkler stalkers? No, it was. Yeah, this is the tormentor.
Unsettling smiles, and a human-like nose. The largest documented specimen stood approximately 35 feet tall, though their exact size appears to
35
vary
no.
between sites.
35 feet tall is crazy though. Cause even Siren Head is only like 10 feet tall. This guy, man.
During one
He's
reported
LeBron
encounter,
James.
an
No,
eyewitness
bro,
claimed the
bro,
entity spoke in a
bro,
quiet whisper,
like,
delivering the chilling
yeah,
message,
like 100
endless
times
suffering for you,
Shaq or
limitless
something.
fun for us. Whether this statement reflects their true motives or simply psychological manipulation remains unknown. On their own, entities of influence appear to pose very little direct danger to humans, as there are no confirmed cases of one attacking or killing a person. However, their presence transforms the surrounding area into one of the most dangerous places imaginable by amplifying the aggression of every nearby entity. While surviving the entity of influence is probable, surviving everything it empowers is an entirely different matter.
Okay. So I would say this is not that a big level threat. Not that. How is it insane? Again, you're just cooked. We got Anguish. We got Anguish, boy. Wait, what is this? Why am I a stupid idiot? Why am I a stupid idiot? Tormentor. Mr. Tormentor over here.
Tormentors are easily one of the most horrifying entities. Although they bear a striking resemblance to stalkers, they are an entirely different species with far more disturbing motives. While stalkers primarily hunt to feed, tormentors are driven by cruelty. Rather than killing their victims quickly, they capture them, most commonly during home invasions or when a person is completely alone, and subject them to prolonged torture and mutilation, intentionally keeping them alive for as long as possible to maximize their suffering. Only after the victim finally dies will the tormentor consume their remains. Of all the entities encountered throughout the series, tormentors are considered among the most sadistic, surpassed by only Anguish itself. Physically, tormentors closely resemble stalkers, but possess several distinct features.
Why does he keep talking about Anguish? Why does he keep talking about Anguish? Like, why are you talking about Anguish, bro? So we only got Anguish and Virus left.
Their heads are crowned with long, backward curving horns, and they wear an unnaturally wide grin lined with numerous sharp teeth. Their elongated necks and disproportionately long arms give them a permanently hunched posture, with their hands nearly dragging across the ground. Like stalkers, their bodies are completely
Bro,
black, while their
there's like
faces
a
and horns are
picture
pale
of a
beige.
stalker holding
Some variants have clearly visible eyes, while others possess deeply recessed eye
I mean, this
sockets,
tormentor,
making their appearance
like the tormentor. Sorry, I was just like the tormentor. I saw a picture of the tormentor holding like a corpse of a stalker. That is, I think,
more unsettling.
yeah. I think it was
Tormentors
in
are
the
also
video.
vastly more dangerous in direct encounters. They're capable
It was
of
in the
running at
intro,
speeds
it was in the
exceeding
intro.
100 miles an hour, and can swim as
100,
fast as a
100
speedboat.
what? No, pause the video. 100 what? Bro is the Flash. Bro is actually the Flash. Someone bring Bro in the Marvel
Allowing them
universe,
to
bro.
pursue victims
This guy
across
deserves
both
to be in
land
Marvel.
and water with
Enroll
ease.
him, bro.
Their movements are erratic and unpredictable, making them
Yeah,
nearly
of course.
impossible
Now
to
put him in the
anticipate.
basketball
Unlike
team.
stalkers, they do not discriminate between children, adults, or even other entities. In fact, a tormentor will willingly torture and kill a stalker if the two ever cross paths. And if confronted with a group of people, it will attempt to capture and torment every individual simultaneously rather than focusing on a single victim. Conventional weapons offer virtually no protection. Tormentors are described as being impervious to gunfire, explosives, and extreme heat. According to the Entity Information Guide, if a tormentor locks eyes with you, there's nothing you can do to prevent what follows. The guide's only advice is chillingly simple: pray you die quickly. Despite this overwhelming power, tormentors share one unusual weakness with stalkers. They are terrified of entities of influence. There's also one documented account of a tormentor encountering an anguish, with the witness describing the creature clawing at its own face and screaming for hours before eventually dying, suggesting even these monsters are helpless against the anguish's effects. A tormentor is one of the deadliest entities in the parallel.
Wait, what did I just share? A tormentor kidnapped Anguish or an Anguish kidnapped tormentor? Why do I keep hearing Anguish? Has Anguish met Ariana Grande or something? Like, what? Like, seriously, what did Anguish do, my guy? He's just a boy. No, wait, he's not just a boy. I'm just gonna keep watching.
Near invulnerability and desire to keep victims alive while torturing them makes escape virtually impossible.
Yeah, he definitely
Once
has
one has
4
chosen you
arms.
as its target,
No,
there are no known methods
that
of stopping
bones
you,
or 4
leaving
arms?
survival almost entirely to chance.
Finally, my favorite one, Anguish. He's my favorite one, bro. Anguish is the GOAT. Okay, you might be cooked. Excuse me? 0.1%? That's just crazy. That's just crazy. Subject 05. Anguish. Well, yeah, what's up, bro? Haven't seen you in 10 years.
Anguish is widely considered the most terrifying entity in the parallel. Unlike tormentors, which inflict unbearable physical suffering, Anguish exists solely to destroy the human mind. Simply making eye contact with one is enough to seal a victim's fate, making it the most psychologically devastating entity encountered throughout the series. The moment eye contact is established, the victim is subjected to an immediate and
I think Entity of Influence can be the strongest, though. I don't know, but I'm still
relentless
voting for
mental
Anguish.
assault. Their thoughts become consumed by blinding flashes of light, deafening noises, grotesque imagery, and an endless stream of self-depreciating thoughts and self-harm messages. Unlike ordinary psychological trauma, these effects never stop. Every second of the day, the victim is trapped in an unending cycle of mental torture that steadily erodes their sanity. Nearly every documented victim eventually ends the ordeal themselves, making Anguish responsible for one of the cruelest methods of killing seen in the series. It's sadistic.
So does he just run in a crocodile pond, just hug your crocodile and let it bite its head off?
Nature
That's
extends
kinda
beyond
cool. What did that
humanity.
do?
As previously mentioned, one eyewitness reported witnessing a tormentor make eye contact with an Anguish, after which the creature spent hours shrieking and clawing at its own face before eventually dying. The encounter
Damn! That is crazy. A tormentor? Damn, a tormentor.
Suggests that Anguish's effects are so overwhelming that even one of the most vicious entities in the parallel cannot withstand them. Interestingly,
The vicious entities? Are we talking about
Anguish is not
stalkers or-
immortal. Only one person is known to have survived an encounter. A
Entity.
police officer who accidentally emptied his firearm into the entity immediately after making eye contact. The barrage of gunfire killed the entity before its psychological effects could fully take hold. As soon as it died, the mental torment instantly disappeared, although the entity's body had mysteriously vanished by the time the officer regained his composure. To this day, this remains the only confirmed successful encounter. Visually, Anguish possesses a disturbing layered appearance. It initially resembles a tall red humanoid seemingly covered in flesh, with curved horns, elongated limbs, spike-like hands, and translucent eyes concealing its true gaze. During one documented appearance, the entity peeled away its outer layer to reveal a black head beneath, exposing its real eyes. It is unknown whether this fleshy exterior covers its entire body or merely serves as a disguise. One fortunate limitation has been identified. Anguish's effects only occur through direct, in-person eye contact. Viewing the entity through photographs, video recordings, or other forms of media does not produce the same immediate psychological attack, and blind individuals are completely immune to its abilities. Almost no one has survived an encounter with Anguish. The instant eye contact is made, victims are subjected to non-stop psychological torment that inevitably drives nearly all of them to self-inflicted death. Although the entity can be killed with conventional weapons, the only known survivors succeeded by shooting it almost immediately after the encounter began. For nearly everyone else, once Anguish has looked into your eyes, there's effectively no escape.
So, I think the survival chance is 0.7%. Or at 5. Insane, of course, insane. I would say that's just cooked. Alright, now it's time for the easiest one. Virus. Virus is not even that scary, bro. Virus. I
sent you money when you were meeting
Oh my
can buy a new
god!
TV. Remitly helps you
Oh my
be
God,
there even
bro.
when you can't.
Oh my god.
Learn over 40 languages with Duolingo. It's free, so there's no excuse.
Viruses are very unusual entities. Unlike the other creatures inhabiting this universe, they do not physically attack humans. Instead, they exist as digital entities capable of infiltrating electronic devices, turning everyday technology into a psychological weapon against their victims. A virus can randomly infect any electronic device within a household without warning. Once inside, it begins altering the contents of the device in increasingly disturbing ways. Personal files are corrupted, private information is exposed, and the victim is relentlessly taunted through frightening messages and imagery displayed on their screens. Beyond psychological torment, these entities are also capable of leaking sensitive information, deleting important files, spreading misinformation, draining bank accounts, and effectively destroying a person's digital life. Very little is known about their true nature. No virus
so
has
never
ever been
mind, I can
physically
ruin my
observed,
life.
making their
Can
actual
ruin my
size
life,
and
but I
appearance a
can't kill
complete mystery.
I probably
Their
burned
only
my
visible
computer
form
and
comes through
get a new one.
infected screens, where they typically appear as gaunt black humanoid figures with unnaturally long white heads, elongated necks with a hollow opening,
They don't
2
look that
eyes, and an
scary.
unsettling red grin. Their appearance varies slightly from infection to infection, suggesting that what victims see may not represent their true form. Unlike the other entities documented in
my
the
least
parallel,
favorite.
viruses appear to have no physical presence whatsoever. As a result, there are no recorded interactions between them and any other entity species. Their attacks are also almost impossible to prevent. Anyone can become a target regardless of location, and standard security measures offer little protection. According to available information, only the most advanced protective software has any chance of resisting an infection. Once a device has been compromised, the recommended course of action is to completely wipe all data before physically destroying the device to prevent any further spread. Although a virus can devastate a victim financially, psychologically, and digitally, there are no documented cases of one directly killing a person. The real danger lies in the loss of personal information, financial ruin, and the relentless psychological harassment that follows an infection, rather than physical harm.
Subject to virus. Safe, see? 100%, boys. 100%. 100%. Easy.
That concludes our look at the terrifying entities that inhabit the parallel. From relentless stalkers and sadistic tormentors to the mind-shattering effects of the anguish, this series creates a world where almost every encounter can end in tragedy. As the universe continues to expand, new entities and horrifying discoveries continue to emerge, making survival seem more impossible with every revelation. If you enjoyed this breakdown, be sure to let me know which entity you think is the most terrifying. Thanks for watching, and I'll see
See ya. Yo. Looks like I'm gonna have to end my video.